The name of the chapter is Electrochemical Methods of Analysis. So the word itself suggests us that this is a type of analysis of a compound in which there is involvement of current as well as chemical. So here there will be an involvement of due to chemical reaction, what type of electron transfer, electrical charge will be generated. That electrical charge we are going to measure, we are going to monitor through this analysis. So the name of topic is electrochemical methods of analysis. Now it is also known as electrochemistry. Now, what are the different type of electroanalytical methods are there? So it will involve voltaic cell, it will involve, or we can measure the current which is there on the voltaic cell. We can measure the pH which is there in the medium or chemical reaction. We can prevent the corrosion of the metal ions. Then we can use electrolytic cell for these different types of titrations. Then we can measure the oxidizing and reducing strength. So in case of redox titration, we have studied one reagent will be oxidizing, another reagent will be reducing in the same reaction. So these type of titrations are known as redox titrations. So we can generate the, or we can measure the strength of these oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent by using these electroanalytical methods or electrochemical methods of analysis. Now, what is actually this electroanalytical chemistry or electrochemical methods of analysis? It is a group of quantitative analytical methods. See, it is involving a group. It will involve conductometry, it will involve potentiometry, it will involve polarography, it will involve amperometry. So it is basically a group of quantitative. See the word quantitative, that means we can measure the exact amount of reagent which are there in the reaction. So it is a group of quantitative analytical method. They are based upon the electrical properties of the solution. So already have discussed while discussing the name of the topic, it will involve a quantitative analytical method. It is there, and it is totally based upon the what type of electrical properties are given by that solution of analyte when it is a part of electrochemical cell. So here we are going to study the electrochemical cell in which there is involvement of electrodes, and those electrodes will carry a charge. They will shift the electrons from one electrode to the another electrode via there is generation of current. So by using these different electrochemical methods, we can measure current, we can measure pH, we can measure oxidizing strength, we can measure reducing strength. So these are all different properties which are there involved in the electrochemical or electroanalytical methods. Now, why we are moving towards these electroanalytical chemistry or electrochemical methods of analysis? So it will going to have a certain advantages over the other analytical methods. Now, what are those another advantages which are associated with the electrochemical methods? It will allow the determination of different oxidation states of an element in the solution. So the first advantage of using electrochemical method of analysis is we can measure the different states of oxidations by giving or by using these electroanalytical chemistry, not just the total concentration of the electrode. So we can measure not overall redox reaction. So in case of redox reaction, we are observing that one is reducing, another one is oxidizing. So they are completely involvement of redox reaction. Here in this method, we can measure how much amount of that oxidizing agent is oxidized or reduced itself. So the quantitatively we can determine their amount, their strength by using these electrochemical methods of analysis. So what is this technique? This technique is capable of producing exceptionally low detection limit. So we can measure even minute quantities of redox or reducing and oxidizing properties of those elements. If very dilute solution is there also, then also we can measure their strain, their current flow properties, everything in minute quantities also. And it will include chemical kinetic of the information. By using these methods, we also observe the chemical kinetics, means flow of the reaction by using these methods. Kima reactions are rate we can measure. We can measure how much amount of reducing and oxidizing agents are there in this reactions. So these are all the advantageous points involved in the electrochemical analysis methods over the other analytical techniques. Now, in case of PA1, you are discussing various titrimetric analysis. Those aqueous, non-aqueous titration you are discussing uh, precipitation titration, you are discussing complexometric titration. So these are all the advantageous points over the another analytical methods which are there in the pharmaceutical analysis. So we are moving towards the first method of analysis, that is conductometry. Conductance is nothing but the flow of current. We all know what is conductometry. It is nothing but the flow of current. So when we are going to use this conductance property, when we are going to use this conductance property during the electrochemical methods, it is known as conductometry. Now, what is this conductometry actually? Now, it is a titration which is based upon the principle of determination of changes in conductivity. What is conductometry basically? It is based upon the determination of change in conductivity. See, when we are going to flow the current through any medium by applying two different electrodes, by applying battery difference, or by applying a voltage to that cell, so there will be a flow of electrons from anode to the cathode, from cathode to the anode. So likewise, so there will be a flow of current. What we are going to measure through this conductometry? Conductometry means measurement of current. So what actually we are going to measure? It is a type of titration which is based upon the principle of determination of change in conductivity. So we are going to measure the change in conductivity which take place. Why it is happening? Which take place due to the replacement of one ion by the other ion. See, in case of redox, we have seen one is reducing, another one will be oxidizing. So comparatively, we are studied them as a redox titration. But in the case of conductometry, what happened? Due to the flow of electrons, these charged particles will be deposited, will be substituted, will be replaced on the another electrode. So this is nothing but how much amount of conductance is changed, how much amount of current is changed when the one ion is replaced by the another ion, and that change in the current or conductivity is known as conductometry. So conductivity of the solution changes due to difference in the ionic conductivity of different ions. See, the solution through which we are going to measure the conductance, that means one is going to donate the electron and another will be accepting one electron. Conductance is nothing but flow of electron. सो आपण असं सोल्युशन घेणार आहोत की त्याच्यामध्ये एक आहे तो इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनर असणार आहे आणि अनदर वन विल इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्टर. सो द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एनोड्स अँड कॅथोड्स इज नथिंग बट द फ्लो ऑफ कंडक्टन्स. अँड व्हाय देयर इज फ्लो ऑफ कंडक्टन्स इन द सोल्युशन? कशामुळे करंट फ्लो होतो? इट इज ड्यू टू द difference in the ionic conductivity of different ions. Different ions have their own capacity to flow the current through the solutions. So the conductance is directly depending upon the number of charged particles in the solutions. ज्या solution मधून आपण current flow करणार आहोत, so that conductance or the how much amount of current they are going to flow, it is directly proportional or it is directly depending upon किती अमाऊंटचे चार्ज पार्टिकल्स which are there in the solution. जेवढे चार्ज पार्टिकल जास्त, that much amount of current will be more. If the charge particles are less, then the current will be less. So this is conductometry. It is nothing but how much amount of uh, replacement of charge will be take place in the solution. The measure of this replacement of ion is known as conductance, and when we are going to measure this conductance, it is known as conductometry. Now, if we are going to plot a graph, so the graphical representation of conductance and the volume of titrant, किती अमाऊंटचं सोल्युशन आपण वरून ऍड केलं किंवा ब्युरेट मधून ऍड केलं, so what is the effect of that, whether the current is increased, whether the conductance is increased or decreased. If we are going to plot a graph of conductance and the titrant volume, it will represent the equivalence point in various conductometric titration. If we are going to plot a graph of this volume of titrant, means how much amount of solution we are going to add through the burette and how much amount of current is flowing through the medium. So this will represent the equivalence point in various titrations. So this electrical conductance of the solution, it is the measure of, what is electrical conductance? It is the measure of current carrying capacity, and therefore which is determined by the total ionic strength. So already we have discussed that electrochemical method is responsible, it is responsible to give the ionic strength of that solution. So we are electrical conductance is non-specific characteristics. So direct conductance measurement of limited is used unless the solution contain only known electrolyte other than the analyte. So this is an limitation or disadvantageous point with the electrochemical analysis is we can measure or we can use this method only when we know the presence of which ion is there in the solution. So we should know which type of ion which is there in the solution, then and only then we can use this method for the measurement of current in the solution. Now, what is conductometry? It is one of the well-known technique used to study the behavior of electrolytic solution. So we all know it is one of the known technique to study the behavior of the solution to determine the solubility of various ions in the solution. So this is an advantageous point. We can determine the concentration, we can determine the amount of ions in the solution, we can determine the solubility pattern of different solutions in the same, and it is also determine the dissociation constants of weak acid. So these are the advantageous points. We can determine the ionic strength, we can determine the solubility pattern of different solutes in the solution, as well as we can determine the dissociation constants of weak acid by using this conductometric technique. Now, if we are going to place two platinum electrodes in a solution of electrolytic solution, means the solution which will flow the current, and connected to the electrolytic source. So the current, if we are going to put two platinum electrodes in the solution from which the current is flowing, so the solution, the current flows is determined by, that solution will flow the current, and that current will be determined by applying the voltage E and the resistance, provided resistance is R. Then that time current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So what will be the formula for the flow of current through the platinum electrodes in the electroanalytical state? So that time current is equal to applied voltage divided by the resistance, where I is the current, E is the applied voltage, and R is the resistance which is measured in the ohms. Now, what is the theory behind conductometry? What will be the theory behind conductometry? So the theory behind or the fundamentals of conductometry is the conductance is represented by either G or L or I. It is the reciprocal of the electrical resistance. See here, as we all know, current is inversely proportional to the resistance R. So it is reciprocal, or it is a formula will be 1 upon R. So the unit of conductance is either it will be known as Siemens, or it is also known as moles, or it is a reciprocal of ohms. We all know the unit of conductance or unit of current is moles. So the electrical conductivity is obtained by multiplying it with the cell constant. So when we are going to measure or when we are going to determine the electrical conductivity of any ions, so that time we are going to multiply it with the cell constant. Now the conductivity titration only require the conductance G. So the instrument which is employed to determine the conductance is known as conductometer. So this technique of measurement of current or the flow of ions from one solution or one electrode to the another electrode is known as conductometry. That flow of current is known as conductance, and the instrument which we are going to measure or use for this measurement is known as conductometer. So Whitson bridge circuit is employed in this particular type of conductometer. Now, what is conductance? So these are the definitions. What is conductance? It is denoted by either L and here it is G. So it is a solution is reciprocal of the resistance. So conductance is nothing but it is the reciprocal of resistance and it is measured in the ohms, ohms per meter, moles or Siemens. Then what is the meaning of the word specific conductance? When we are going to apply or provide unit quantities to the solutions or the substance, this is known as specific conductance. So what is specific conductance? It is denoted by kappa, that is K, small k letter, and specific conductance.
सर्वात पॅराशूट
So when we are going to apply a unit quantities or specific unit quantities to the solution, that means if we are going to use a specific conductance is the conductance of cube of the liquid solution. So we are going to take a unit quantity cube of liquid solution of 1 centimeter size. So we are going to take apparatus which will containing the unit quantities of the solution. So the current flows through this solution is known as specific conductance. So what is actually a specific conductance? It is nothing but the reciprocal of resistance when we are going to use a unit quantity of the solution in a cube. The current flows through this unit quantity cube solution is known as the specific conductance, and it is proportional to the cross-sectional area and inversely proportional to the length of the conductor. So it is directly proportional to the cross-sectional area of that cell and inversely proportional to the length of the conductor. So specific conductance is directly proportional to A, that is area, and it is inversely proportional to the length of that conductor wires or the length of that conductor. So it is actually L is equal to kappa multiplied by A upon L. So kappa, that is specific conductance, is equal to conductance divided by cross-sectional area of that cell. So it is also having the unit ohms per centimeter or moles per centimeter. So we are again discussing the different terminologies. They are involved in this. The next terminology is molar conductance. What is molar conductance actually? The molar conductance is nothing but it is the conductance of solution containing 1 mole of the solute in 1 mole of solute in 1000 ml of solution. So in specific conductance, we are going to take the unit quantity or unit volume of the solution. Here we are going to take a unit concentration of the solution in the case of molar conductance. So what is molar conductance? It is the conductance of the solution containing 1 mole of the solute in 1000 ml of the solution, which is placed between the two parallel electrodes, which are, so those electrodes are also 1 centimeter apart from each other. So if we are going to provide this unit specificity to the solution, this is known as molar conductance. What is molar conductance? It is nothing but the when we are going to take a solution containing 1 mole of solute in 1000 ml of solution and they are placed 1 centimeter apart from each other. So the current flows through this solution is known as molar conductance and they are measured in lambda, that is capital lambda. So these are Greek letters which are denoted to give the different unit volumes of the solution. So unit volumes of the conductance, that is lambda. So what is lambda? Lambda is equal to 1000 upon C, where C is the concentration of the solution. That is unit of molar conductance is actually Siemens per meter square per mole squared per mole. So what is the unit of molar conductance? It is Siemens per meter square per mole squared per mole. So it is the molar conductance. So when we are going to take a 1 mole concentration of solute in the solution containing electrodes which are 1 centimeter apart from each other. So the current flows through this solution is known as molar conductance. Now what is equivalent conductance? Equivalent conductance of the solution containing 1 gram equivalent of the solute. So if we are going to take 1 gram equivalent of the solute in 1000 ml of solution, so that conductance or the conductance flow to this solution is known as molar conductance and it is denoted by, it is referred as lambda equivalence. See how many terminologies we have discussed up till now? We have discussed conductometry, conductance, then we have discussed specific conductance, molar conductance, and we are moving towards the equivalent conductance. If we are going to take equivalent amount of the solute or equivalent gram equivalent amount of the solute in 1000 ml of solution, so the conductance is the current which is flowed through this solution is known as equivalent conductance and it is denoted by lambda equivalent. So the formula for the equivalent conductance is lambda equivalent is equal to 1000 K, that is 1000 specific conductance divided by C equivalent, because we have taken an gram equivalent concentration in 1000 ml of solution. So this is a specific volume, that's why lambda equivalent is equal to 1000 K divided by C equivalent. And the unit for this is moles per centimeter square per gram equivalent. So this is a unit for the equivalence conductance. Now we are moving towards the instrument of the conductometry. Which instrument is used for the measurement of conductance to the solution? So it is known as conductometer. And for that, we require 3 important parts to design this instrument. What are those 3 important parts? These are current source, conductivity cell, and electrodes. Now, what is the instrument or which instrument we are discussing? The instrument which is used to measure the conductance is known as conductometer. So the instrumentation of conductor meter is actually what we are going to measure. We are going to measure the conductance which is flowing through this solution or electrochemical cell is known as conductometer. And this conductometer contains three important parts, three important components in the conductometer. Now, what are those three important parts in the conductometer? It is current source through which we are going to apply the current or the charge difference. Then conductivity cell through which actually the electrons will be flowing from one electrode to the another, and actually electrodes. Now, first of all, current source. We are going to apply the alternating current source to this conductometer. Now, at what frequency we are going to apply this current? We are going to apply the mechanical high frequency alternating generating current is used for this as a source of current. When the electrical potential is applied across the electrodes, see, we are going to use the electrodes. So when there will be a charge difference between the electrodes, so the ions accumulate near the electrode. So the current will flow and the ions will be accumulated on the surface of the electrode, and the transfer of charge to the interface takes place. So they are moving the electrodes and they are charged through one electrode to the another electrode. That's why there is flow of current, and this will be applied as a source of current in the conductometer. Now, conductivity cells. So wide mouth cell and a deep tube cells are used for the conductometer. Specially designed wide mouth cell or a deep tube cell is used as a conductometer. It is made from pyrex. They are made up of from the pyrex or the quartz. Special type of glass is used for the design of the conductivity cell, and they are fitted with two platinum wires. So this is the conductivity cell. They are fitted with these two platinum wires, platinum electrodes through which the actually current will be flowed. Cell should be placed in a vessel containing water to maintain the constant temperature. So when these are not in use, they are going to dip in the solution containing water at a constant temperature. Now, actual electrodes. We are going to use a platinum sheet, each of 1 centimeter are fixed at a distance of 1 centimeter of electrodes. So we are going to take a platinum sheets of having surface area 1 centimeter square and are fixed in the distance between 1 centimeter from each other. The surface is coated with a platinum black. The surface of these platinum wires we are going to coat with the platinum black to avoid the polarization effect and increase the effective surface area. So the platinization of the electrode is done by coating the solution of 3+ chloroplatinium acid. So we are going to coat these platinum wires with the chloroplatinic acid and a lead acetate in order to get a uniform coating. Now, electrode uses depending upon the conductivity and the concentration. So there will be a flow of current. We can measure the current here. So how much amount of current is flows through the solution. This will give the direct reading here, that is a digital display, or we can get a reading in the digital volume or digital value here. So we can select the range of current through this range corrector. This is a power switch button in order to measure the conductance, and this is actually the assembly in which we are going to take a electroanalytical solution, platinum electrodes, and burette from which we are going to add the electrochemical solution in the solution. So if a concentration is low in this solution, then the electrode should be largely and closely kept. So The uniform procedure for the maintenance of the distance between the electrode is 1 centimeter. But if we are going to take a very less quantity or very dilute solution, so that that time we can alter the distance between the platinum electrodes. So as we are going to dip these platinum wires in this electrochemical solution, and we are continuously adding the tighter solution from the burette, so there will be a flow of current, and the conductance will flows through the solution across these two platinum wires. So the amount of current flows or conductance in the wire that we are going to measure with this conductivity meter. So this is an instrument of this conductivity meter. So what we have